their event.
Happening now, the family of a South Jordan teen killed in a home explosion is suing the gas company. The lawsuit filed Wednesday claims the leaking pipe is to blame for the explosion last year, and it was leaking for days before the blast. The family also says Enbridge Gas billed them for the use of natural gas on the day of and the day after the explosion. They're also seeking monetary damages, including expenses from their son's funeral. Enbridge Gas releasing a statement saying, while they cannot comment on the lawsuit, they are committed to the ongoing investigation, and their thoughts remain with the family impacted by this event.
Well, today is Juneteenth, the time to come back to the minute.
All right, Kristen, thank you. Well, new at this noon hour, a new tool to address concerns with alcohol in the state of Utah. Today's State Department of Alcohol Beverage Services is announcing a new training resource to help waiters and bartenders not overserve their customers.
News specialist Brian Carlson is live downtown with our story. Brian, go ahead and walk us through the problem they're trying to fix right now.
Well, Sharon Tamara, the goal is about preventing drinking and driving. The Utah DABS says there's too many crashes with drunk drivers, and a number of Utah bars and restaurants are over-serving alcohol. So they feel if they can cut back on that, they can cut down on these crashes too. So here's a snapshot of what we're talking about. Just look at some of these numbers. Over the past 2 months, Utah has had 217 alcohol-related car crashes and cited nearly 3,000 impaired drivers. Since December, the Utah DABS has also issued 10 violations to bars or employees for over-serving alcohol. While bars and restaurants that serve drinks don't bear the sole responsibility for harm caused by excessive drinking, the Utah DABS says curbing over-serving will help reduce it. So this morning, the DABS announced a new training video to teach thousands of Utah bartenders and servers how to spot someone who's had too much to drink and handle that person so they don't over-serve.
We know that operators want to be good operators. We know that they want their servers to be well trained in preventing over-service, but there's not the training to do that necessarily.
If a server has a guest who is questionable, we want everyone on staff to know it.
So there's just a snippet of that video. Now, Utah got a grant through the National Alcohol Beverage Control Association to fund that training video. It's online, it's free, and not required for bars and restaurants to watch, but as you can tell, it is highly encouraged to watch. So if you are a bar or a restaurant owner and you want your employees to watch it, we made it easy to find. You just go on our website, KSL-TV.com. Reporting live downtown, Brian Carlson, KSL 5 News. Back to you.
Definitely a handy resource, Brian. Thank you.
Heads up for Utah County drivers. USA.
You're watching KSL News at 4.
Welcome back. Copper wire thieves are targeting Salt Lake City public utilities, and workers in the city say they're becoming more and more brazen each and every day.
Just this morning, a theft near the gateway was stopped thanks to an attentive police officer. News specialist Shara Park joins us live with a closer look at what's happening. Shara?
Yeah, Mike and Debbie, copper wire thefts are nothing new, right? We've seen this happen before, but what is so concerning is it's when and where these things are happening. I want to show you a map that we have here. These thefts aren't just happening at construction sites anymore. They're happening in your neighborhoods. Each yellow dot on this map is a copper wire theft that has occurred in Salt Lake City from 2022 to today. As you can see, the most concentrated areas of these thefts are in the heart of downtown Salt Lake City, Pioneer Park, near the University of Utah, near 9th and 9th. Last fiscal year alone, Salt Lake City Public Utilities spent approximately $800,000 on repairs caused by these copper wire thefts. Dave Pearson, the street lighting program manager, says what's so concerning here, these thefts are often happening in broad daylight.
They're wearing disguises to make them look like they're utility workers that are supposed to be there. All of my employees work during the day, during business hours. And so a thief or a vandal doing the same thing, it would look like they fit in.
Now, Pearson says the thief this morning at 50 South and 500 West was wearing a utility vest when he pulled nearly 80 pounds of copper wire from a utility box. To scrap that, the thief would only get between $200 and $300, but to replace it, it would cost the city nearly $10,000. Now, police are on the lookout for these thefts, but the city could use more help from residents. There is a clear way to know if the person actually works for the city. If you see a site where there's somebody working or if it is actually an imposter, I'm going to tell you how to know exactly if it is a city worker coming up tonight at 6:30. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, yeah, we definitely want to be on the lookout for that. Sure, thanks. Well, a new deadline today for injured a person.
New effort to prevent deadly DUI crashes here in Utah. The State Department of Alcoholic Beverage Services announcing a new training resource today to help waiters and bartenders avoid over-serving their customers. New specialist Brian Carlson walks us through the problem here they are trying to fix.
The goal is about preventing drinking and driving. The Utah DABS says they've had too many crashes with drunk drivers and a number of bars and restaurants over-serving alcohol. So they feel if they can cut down on that, they can also cut down on those crashes too. So here's just a snapshot. Over the past 2 months, Utah has had 217 alcohol-related car crashes and cited nearly 3,000 impaired drivers. Since December, the Utah DABS has also issued 10 violations to bars or employees for over-serving alcohol. Now, while bars and restaurants that serve drinks don't bear the sole responsibility for harm caused by excessive drinking, the DABS says curbing over-serving will help reduce it. So this morning, the DABS announced a new training video to teach thousands of Utah bartenders and servers how to spot someone who's had too much to drink and handle that person so they don't over-serve.
If a server has a guest who is questionable, we want everyone on staff to know it.
We know that operators want to be good operators. We know that they want their servers to be well trained in preventing over-service, but there's not the training to do that necessarily.
So Utah got a grant through the National Alcohol Beverage Control Association to fund the training video. It's online, it's free, and not required for bars and restaurants to make their employees watch it, but it is highly encouraged. So if you're a bar or a restaurant owner and you want your employees to watch it, we've made it easy to find it. Just go to our website, KSL-TV.com, and look for this story. In downtown Salt Lake, Brian Carlson, KSL 5 News.
Our federal lands are...
Thanks, Sam.
Copper wire thefts are nothing new in Utah, but how the thieves are approaching this, it's more brazen. They're happening in the city, in your neighborhood. We're going to talk about how big of a problem this is coming up tonight at 6:30.
Also, staying safe on the road.
You're watching KSL News at 6.
Well, copper wire thieves are targeting Salt Lake City public utilities, and workers in the city say they're becoming more brazen each and every day.
Yeah, just this morning here, a theft near the gateway was stopped thanks to attendant police officers. New Special Sheriff Park has a closer look here at this expensive problem.
They look like they're driving maintenance trucks, yellow lights on top, orange vests. They look official.
Copper wire thefts are nothing new in Salt Lake City, but just how brazen thieves have become has utility employees concerned.
They're wearing disguises to make them look like they're utility workers that are supposed to be there.
Just this morning, a man wearing a utility vest was spotted pulling this copper wire from a utility box near the gateway. To scrap it, the value is only about $250, but to repair it
is 50 times what they get in scrap. So this could cost me up to $10,000 just to replace this stretch.
Since 2022, there have been 194 copper wire thefts in the city. There have also been 78 cables cut where the thieves have tried to steal the copper but failed. This heat map shows the areas they've targeted the most.
Anywhere we have decorative lights right now, downtown near Pioneer Park, we have lots of lights out due to wire theft. The S-curve heading up to the University of Utah on 4th and 5th South is out right now. 9th and 9th neighborhood has been hit multiple times.
In fiscal 2024, the street lighting program spent nearly $800,000 of its $1.2 million budget on repairs caused by copper wire thefts. To address that, they're adding new security measures to many of their boxes.
Proprietary key systems that only my maintenance contractor and I can use.
Pearson hopes by making residents in the city aware of the issue, they'll be on the lookout for copper wire thieves in their neighborhoods. He says one way to spot them, look for a lack of logos.
So if you look at somebody who's messing around in an underground utility box and you don't see any signs that say Black & McDonald or any patches on their vest or on their hard hat, then it's a concern.
Now, ultimately, this is a safety issue. Pearson says just last week, the utility department started reaching out to other cities, Rocky Mountain Power, and different contractors to form a coalition. He says they plan to get the legislature involved as well because they need to address this. He says they hope to get that done soon. In Salt Lake City, Shara Park, KSL-5 News.
Shara, thank you. Federal judge.